Test. Here we are, ready. All right. Welcome back to Silver Dollar City in Planet Coaster 2. We worked on it yesterday as well, and we have gotten very, very far, actually, with the entrance area. I'm pretty excited about this, because today I would like to accomplish this little spot right here with all the different bits and bobs they have there, and maybe even do the turnstiles potentially. We'll see. And I don't know, maybe get a little bit started on Cave Road a little bit, start building it towards that direction. But you can see the ticket building is pretty much, exterior-wise, pretty much done. It's looking pretty solid. I do want to add some, like, actual booths in here, ticket booths inside, which I haven't done yet. We might do that. We'll do some, like, informational booths where they can buy, like, the priority pass, which in this case would be Trailblazer, but... and we might do some, like, you know, some basic backstage stuff on top of the building, but it looks pretty solid right now. But we did this backside, this little backstage spot over here last time, and just kind of getting the pathway connected there. It is really difficult to try and get a lot of the terrain work done, also utilizing the floor plan at the same time. That is the challenge. Now, I do have plenty of references of the entrance area here. I did take a video from about here and going around to this direction, so you can kind of see everything from here in person. So I did do like a little 360. I know there's like some planters around here, everything like that. We have guest relations, and then of course we have turnstiles, which will be right here, and then we'll have the Lost and Found, Eva and Delilah's, and then that leads us into the hospitality house right here, which is also the entrance to the cave. And that will finish phase 1 of the recreation, so... alright. Let me go ahead. We're going to start getting up our references for the entrance area. I do have a nice video to kind of go over, where I can see exactly what we got here. So... put this on my handy-dandy keyboard stand, because my keyboard does have a nice little stand where I can place my phone. And we can start here. So, looking over at this area, because there wasn't any good views of this area last time I looked. So I'm eating my sun chips. And there's actually like a tall building. So this actually doesn't go over this far, so we can actually delete at least one of those. Right there. Then we have like this tall building here, or wall pieces here for actually zoom in on this video, which is nice. I'm gonna say it's kind of like a concrete texture. It's very backstage looking. It doesn't look very nice. Do I have any concrete walls? Oh, that's right. We don't in Planet Coaster 2. We have plasters the closest. I completely forgot. Back in the day, I'd type concrete, but we don't have concrete. We use plaster in Planet Coaster 2 because that is the closest we have. Alright, I think we're going to go... let's go a little bit. We're going to give it a little bit of a color here, so it's not completely white. We need to darken it, though, too. It's kind of got a little bit of a yellowish tint to it. Let's see, looking at the color, I'd say around right there is pretty good. This actually goes up like this, because Ozark Mountain Place is a pretty big place. I don't know if should we make it that tall? I don't know if we should or not. That's pretty tall right there. Is that all at the bottom? Is that a wood structure? Or like a fence? I can't tell. There's a person in this video or this photo of them applying sunscreen. It's distracting me. Okay. I think that's just like a wooden fence of some sort. It's just coming across at the bottom of this. I'm not sure. We'll just go with that. Quite interesting. We'll just place that there. This River City's got some weird stuff going on some of its buildings sometimes, so it's kind of hard to tell what to do sometimes. Alright, and then we have some windows on top. Those windows in. Let's do some basic windows. Pretty basic. There's nothing too crazy about these, so no need to like make custom ones. I know I could do that and try and make them look exact, but like there's no point. Just throw in some generic stuff. Like it's not that big a deal. Like, you can do that here. No one's gonna really care or notice, I don't think. We do have a door actually to the left of this with like some sort of platform that has a ladder next to it. It's funny because I've worked there, grown up here, worked there for long. This is actually like the perfect door for this. Forever, and then some of these details I don't even realize because they're just kind of like little backstage pieces that you don't even really notice a lot of the times. Kind of there. Kind of interesting. It's been a year since the last time you've been here. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. We got this little ladder here, and then there's like a little platform there. Don't know how I really want to make it, but it's like a little metal platform. I think it's metal. It could be wood. I'm not sure. Is that wood? Hard to tell. I've never actually really noticed this doorway up here in real life. Actually, I think I'm gonna shrink this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. We should check on my PC temps, make sure they're still normal. That's a little bit too big. Cool. Go with something different. Maybe even use some links. Excuse me. See, like these little areas right here, I want to try my best not to spend too much crazy time on them. It looks blue. Is that, or is it just a shadow? I think it's just a shadow. I don't want to spend like too much time on like these little backstage areas. don't feel the need to too much, so I still want to put the same amount of effort into stuff. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, it just, stuff that needs to look pretty is the stuff that we're gonna see, such. I mean, people will still see this, but like, it's not like a main focus point. It's just like, oh, that's just a little platform. I'm saying, what's up, J-Trains? Yeah, that's pretty good. Good enough. Alright, now we have a little planter that goes around that, actually, that uses these pieces would be perfect for. I'm actually gonna scale it down just a little bit. It's a nice little fence that goes around here too. And if we want to, we can form the pathway around it. A little bit off the ground, but that's alright. I think this goes all the way up here. Could be wrong. Go ahead and sink these into the ground just a little bit further. Let's go ahead and get a planter here. Perfect. These guys. Lighten this up a bit. I got more of that orangish tone to it, so kind of more like mulch more than anything. We don't really have mulch in this game. I think we had it in ThemeMaker's Toolkit. Someone made that, and I used that piece a lot. Toolkit in Planet Coaster 1. I hope we get something similar to the ThemeMaker's Toolkit at some point. I think that'd be great. It'd be really cool if we got something like in-game that we could use. We could make stuff in-game that was a really easy 3D modeling piece. That'd be really cool. I don't think it would happen, but I think it's wishful thinking, you know? It'd be really nice, really cool, really neat. Where you can like import custom textures and really kind of like form your whatever you want to make, you know? I think that'd be pretty gnarly, pretty awesome. Wouldn't it? You have to start all over in the new game, or were you able to at least import new stuff from the old? No, you can't import it. It's a brand new game. Everything, it's completely starting over. It's a different game, so I know people were upset about that you can't import it, but like it's built from the ground up. You can't just, you know, from a developer side standpoint, that I don't understand. Like, we don't have the same pieces. It's not the same game, so you can't just import stuff from the last game. You know what I mean? I understand why people would want that feature. I think that feature would be fantastic, but the fact that it's a completely new game and there's nothing in there, yeah, it's not possible. Because if it was possible, I bet they would do it. You know what I mean? Is it easier to build? Absolutely. I think this is a lot easier than Planet Coaster 1. Like, in Planet Coaster 1, I would have been, like, freaking out on how to do the pathing in this. Now it's just a breeze. Pathing is just so much less of a headache in Planet Coaster 2. And the fact that I can, like, do my paths like this and then just pull the terrain up to it, like, working with terrain is going to be so much more of a breeze in Planet Coaster 2, because it was a pain in the butt in Planet Coaster 1 to have to deal with. But now, I literally can place my paths wherever I want. I can elevate them, and then you can just pull the terrain up. And Planet Coaster 1, the terrain would not go with the pathing. Like, it just... There was collision issues, and now we don't have to worry about those kind of, like, collision issues and such. So much nicer to work with, you know what I mean? Like, terrain parks are so much easier to deal with now. Trying to put a nice big tree here, but it's gonna be kind of hard how this works. So maybe a tree like this would work. There are a few trees in here that we're gonna try and implement. SDC does have a lot of trees. But yeah, I would absolutely love... Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. I thought I had something I was going with it, but I really didn't. Alright, let's make... There's a fence that does go around here, so let's go ahead and make our fence. Utilize these pieces. That would be good. Good. Alright, we need to get the right color here. They're kind of a brownish orange color. I don't know. Something along those lines. It's a very simple fence. It really is. These need to be lower. I just realized that. They need to be lower. Will I make them lower? I don't know. I don't know if I feel like it. Alright, there's our fence. Literally as simple as that. Go ahead and make it into a group. Make it easier for us. Select all this, but we do need to lower this down like I was saying. All this is much, 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 much lower. Ah, crap, I just... How did I mess that up? Hello? Add to selection. Why are we doing this? Let's turn off all filters. We'll do scenery props. I think that will literally... So we don't accidentally click on like pathways and stuff. What are you selecting? What's the first coaster we're gonna start with? Good question. I think the first one we're actually gonna build is Wildfire. If I go based on the plan that I have, I've gone over the plan a few times, but and I think if I go the way I want, I think we're gonna do Wildfire first. We're gonna go over through Hill Street first. We're kind of going the opposite direction that we did with the original, with Planet Coaster 1's recreation. This recreation is going to be so much better because I have an actual floor plan that I can follow. Because I didn't do the floor plan in the first one. That was just before that really... I started that recreation as soon as Planet Coaster 1 came out, but now we have this floor plan, which really is useful. We can fit the whole entire park in, so it's fantastic. And we're doing it in phases. So this is how we talked about it last time. I'm gonna do phase 1 is gonna be the entrance area leading up to the hospitality house. This is gonna be phase 1, which shouldn't take too long. And then phase 2, we're gonna do the square, the main square right here, and maybe a little bit of Midtown. And then we're gonna start going down Hill Street. That's gonna be phase 3, doing like all these buildings down Hill Street and at the bottom of the Hill Street. And then phase 4 is gonna be American Plunge and Wildfire. back over here. You can see we did kind of start on designing some of the trains. We are gonna do some like custom stuff, like putting the Silver Dollar City logo on the front. We also did powder kegs trains over here. I kind of just got an early start on designing these trains. I still don't know why the track is invisible on the station. So that's still a mystery. And then we have, let's go back over here. We have Outlaw Runs trains, custom designed trains as well, utilizing the de-themed version of the RMC, and we attached scenery to it to make it look more like Outlaw Runs train design. As best as we could. It's not perfect, but there's nothing I can do with this big old bump on the top of it, because that's just part of the de-themed version of the RMC. I think they still turned out fantastic, though. I think it looks great. Then we also have Fire in the Hole, which we did start on. The reason why this one got already put together was because we were working on it before we started this whole project, and then I decided to make it a blueprint and got what I had done thrown in here as well. Hold on.
Can you come here real quick?
I'm back. Oh, alright. Thanks for being patient. Oh, let me get my... Went away. Okay. Anyways, we were talking about Fire in the Hole here. Made custom trains for that. It also has the audio for the ride that plays as well. The dispatches, we'll see. Wait on that. Still making adjustments on this to make sure the music lines up. It's mostly the end that I had to keep adjusting, but... Hello? Oh, here we go. I can't wait to recreate this again. There's Patches waiting for us.
Patches, I'm gonna tan your hide. Chicken, waffles, half-witted chicken. Wiley, drop that dynamite or I'll have to shoot.
Go ahead, Marshall.
You could hit the broadside of a barn. Get after those gold numbers and stuff that fire. Red Flanders, get back here and put on your pants. I can't, Sadie. I ain't got no pants. No
Love sun chips. Steve, hey, what's up, Steve?
They don't call me bugs for nothing.
We got a lot of work to do.
They don't bite. Bugs.
I guess I could slowly kind of work on Fire in the Hole just because, like, we've already started on it. But I might have to move it up and down depending on where the terrain is.
Get that crate over here. Don't mess up my new pants, you ornery fool. Them bundles under the dresser. Can't you even tie a ding-dang knot? Hurry. What's the matter, Bugs? You chicken. Watch out, you dang fool. You're gonna fall.
Chips.
Now look at what you done.
Oh, I think I'm stuck.
I can't reach. Oh, bridge ain't gonna hold. Bye-bye.
I have the collapsing roof. It'll look cooler once I get everything in there, though.
We foiled your plot, and now we're using your dynamite to blow up the water tower and put out the fire.
Don't throw that switch! The train's coming that way!
Oh yeah, there are features that are gonna make this a lot better than the last one. A lot better. I can do a lot more with, like, animating pieces now.
Tower's gonna blow. Fire in the hole.
So I might have to time that out a little bit better on the last drop and everything. This is still a little bit wonky, what I've done here.
Thank you, heroes. We couldn't have caught
But hey,
good for nothing
the
ball
final,
numbers without you.
this
Give
actually
yourselves
works
a big
better.
old pat on the back. You deserve it. And it'll also put out any stray sparks.
Like, the video
So
actually
long.
works in Planet Coaster 2. In Planet Coaster 1, I couldn't get this video to work. The celebration scene at the end. It actually works now. Oh, that plays this music over, that's pretty funny. And we can make the trains look better, too, so. But as you can see, I did kind of like a little mock-up of Red Flanders here. Kind of hanging out the window, moving back and forth. Would be pretty cool. And of course we do have the wanted posters right here. Of Bugs and Wily. And of course we can make sure it actually fits with the Google Images that we have imported in here to make sure it's a 1-to-1 size of the creation of the ride, so. That's going to be the exit. It's pretty cool. Then I don't know, Steve, if you may have seen on Facebook, but I did I did all the train designs for a lot of the coasters, like Outlaw Runs. Pretty good. Made it look like Outlaw Runs. I got the WM on the sides. Got the Silver Dollar City on the front. I can't get rid of this bump, unfortunately. So, nothing I can really do about that. I covered up as much as I could. With all the scenery pieces. They're on the wrong wall. No, they're not. There's multiple. There's actually two right here. These signs are sitting right here as you go around. I made sure... Look up the POV right now. I don't know if you can see it on the POV, but there are two wanted posters right there. They're actually scattered throughout, like in the queue, like the same exact sign. You should know that. They're on multiple walls. Of course, we got Time Traveler's trains. Pretty snazzy. Can't wait to get that implemented. Is that all the coasters? Big coasters, anyways, that I got done? Like, train-wise? I shouldn't, I'm not a nerd. But you're there all the time! You've probably ridden the ride more than me, though. Let's be honest. And then, of course, we're working on the entrance area right now. Nerds. I gotta get the turnstiles in here. Right. Yeah, with the Google view, it makes it a lot easier because I can literally figure out where everything goes. It also makes it easier to fit everything in too. Because everything, on the last one, everything was a little bit more spread out than what it should have been, so this way I can get very accurate on where everything's at. It is a little bit hard because the Google images here is when all the trees are literally full, so it makes it hard to see like the pathways and such. So it is a little bit difficult there, but I'm going to get my references of the streets. This at least gives me an idea. At least we get kind of like where the roads are a little bit, because you can see like it actually has them labeled in Google. So you can actually see the roads a little bit there actually, even through the trees kind of. And this images, you can still see that like the furniture store is still under construction. But it looks like we have Fried Fancies in place already complete in this one, so. And I think Fire in the Holes was, yeah, it was complete. But you can see that it was under construction still, so they have the building at least up in this Google image, and then the plaza is still blank. But we got everything else, like Time Traveler. This actually really does help with like the layouts, to get the layouts a lot more accurate. And everything like that, so. I know I was kind of struggling. I was doing some early testing with like Powder Keg. Getting it, like, this moment is a little bit weird to me. Because, like, this drop goes around. It is pretty close to the launch track. Or, like, the first hill. But it looks like it intersects it here, which is not the case. So it's kind of weird angling here. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Like, I don't know why it goes slightly to the left. Here's the launch track, and it's like slightly to the left and then goes around. Like, this is the hill right here. But the angling just kind of confuses me with how it looks. This is your launch, right? Why is it? It almost looks like this is connected with the last drop, which is kind of weird. I kind of see it because this is probably, from the angle that it's at, is kind of hovering over the hill. This is like the start of the hill right here. This is the end of the launch. And it just kind of looks like it's not straight up and down, I guess. Kind of slightly angled for some reason. At least it looks like that. So it kind of messes it up a little bit. But we'll manage and get it done. It's not that bad if we get this slightly off, just to get it right, you know. And then all these trees I can just keep out now because these trees are all gone. All these trees are gone. All these trees are gone. They're starting to clear the trees over here. Those trees are all just done. They're done. They're done for. We have old fire in the whole opera house. So anyways, let's get back to work a little bit. I want to keep working. Because I do have my reference video that I took. And we're going to continue on with it. Let's go ahead and raise this back up for now. See it again. I want to go above the path, but I lowered it a little bit because we were doing some terrain work over there, so. Not that I need this too bad, but I can at least see where, like, turnstiles are, which is right there. And I want to work on the little stuff in between here. So that's what I want to look at. Hopefully I got a good enough video to kind of start on that. So we look at my reference video. And I can actually kind of get an idea, because it has like that little clock that tells you what time period you're in. It actually does have a working clock, which is kind of cool. And a lot of rock work. I think we're going to start on the end over here. I have a video that goes around and kind of gives me an idea. It's really hard to see this on the Google image. So we're going to try and go based off of like the videos and stuff that I can see here. There's also a 360 video that can probably help me a lot with this as well. That is online. There's this 360 video that captures the entire entrance area. I just needed to make some of my own references because there was a couple of spots that it did not capture that I really needed. So that was kind of like why I made my own. So let's go, if we just type Silver Dollar City 360, it's a 360 video. It's basically like just as good as Street View. This one's from 2022, but that's okay. It shall work. It should get the job done for us. Alright, it goes around over here. This is going to be a perfect reference. So I can actually move the video around and get a feel of what this looks like. So, alright, so we're going to go and start off by just making the outline here. We'll get one of these. This is going to be the best for this. So if I look directly across what we're across from, it's right at... that door's right there, so we need to start it roughly around right here, I think. Again, the Google image is not going to help us out a ton here. That's actually... the end of it is right around at the door, so I got this pretty stinking accurate. Where this door is actually where the end of this starts, so... but again, you can see the Google image. You can't really see much in this area, so we're gonna have to really rely a lot on like just our references here for this. And it's okay if it's slightly off. We're gonna get it as close as possible, but we're gonna start off with these little rock walls, which gives us our little bit of... and we can adjust the path. The path doesn't matter. Like, we can adjust the path however we need it. So we're going to go back and in a little bit. And back out. And that gets us to about right there, where it actually becomes more rocks than anything. As it comes back out. And then we just have a lot of rock work, and then this will come around here. And that'll get us started on our little entrance area here. We'll make all the we're gonna basically create the outline of this, and then we'll go in. But like, this is what I love about the new pathing system in Planet Coaster 2. I can literally just grab this, I can grab these points and really move them around where I need them to. And if I can't, sometimes you can just go in here, plop down another piece like that. Of course, I need to make sure that I can literally just do this. Boom, I got that piece in. And we can put another piece down right here. Boom. And just like that. Couldn't do that in Planet Coaster 1. There's no way. Like, it just makes everything so much easier. That's what I like. The pathing system in Planet Coaster 2, I can't believe there's still people that are complaining about it. I think it's perfect. And now that we have invisible paths, absolutely incredible. I'm gonna actually use the new rocks here. These are the new rocks that you can actually recolor. They're very clutch rocks. You can actually really do what you want with these, because there's two different flexi colors here, and for the other colors, we can really give them some different colors. Like, I'm gonna go with more of a yellow tone, kind of a darkish yellow tone for this, because that's kind of what we want here. And then we're just gonna go, if you go click on the other style of rocks, the other ones in the same set, they will keep that color. You need to go around and grab different rocks, do that. Yeah, it's just kind of some like rock structures kind of going in here, which is pretty cool. And then that will lead us to kind of like one of the bridges that are over there. We have a couple bridges that go from one side to the other. They go across kind of like the little creek. It's got some water around it. Scale this down a little bit. Then obviously scaling and having the scaling tool really allows us to do stuff. All right, let's go see where that first bridge is, roughly adjacent to other places. That is going to be back over here, right by a little bit, basically adjacent right from the archway. So like over here, I think, like right or directly from the archway, where that one is. And we basically just have these rock structures all the way over there. So we're just going to continue to put in these rocks until we get in that area. Just trying to get it. Different structures here that look kind of different from one another until we get to about right here. So I don't know if we can really see the bridge here, not particularly very well, but we'll have to put the bridge there as well. Might use an invisible path there, I'm not sure yet. When we first place it down, we won't, mostly because we just need to I need to be able to visually see where at. Yeah, we're gonna go there and then possibly a little bit out. A little bit. Going around here. Basically just getting that form down, you know? Our form. should get us about where the bridge would be. The bridge. Which was formerly like a separate entrance. Was used as an entrance for like pass holders, but I don't believe they do that anymore. Did for a little bit though. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this here, we're gonna make this a bit skinnier. Why it weird shapes there, but it did. Let's kind of set here. I don't know why it snaps so hard right there. And I do that and it doesn't snap. It's kind of weird. Alright, this is just going to be that bridge. Honestly, we might not really need it. Like, we're not going to have any guests walking on this, so I don't even know. Because if I put this here, guests are going to walk through it. That's the only thing. So we might just do this as a reference and then get rid of the path altogether. Because, honestly, we don't want actually people walking on this. They have to walk around in real life. So that's kind of what we want to do. So instead of just doing an invisible path, we might actually go ahead and delete it altogether and just make it look visually like it's a bridge sitting there. So. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. It's also tricky because we do have planters with trees in them as well. Love how it's like, oh, it doesn't fit. And Planet Coaster 1, you're just out of luck. Planet Coaster 2, you're like, let's just scale it down. Scale it down, you're good to go. Split this and make it its own thing, so we can move it freely on its own thing here. Put our tree in there because we gotta put a tree in here. Put a tree in here, we gotta use our scaling technique. Technique. You're not doing the technique. It might be too thick of a tree, actually. Let's find a different tree. A little bit too big. Something a little bit smaller than that one. Maybe this one if we scale it down a little bit. Throw in a bush, because there's a little bush in there. I have to scale the bush down. Oh, look who's live. Yeah, I've been live for probably close to an hour now, actually. We were live yesterday, too. Fun fact. Oh, do we have that in this update on the paths? I can't remember. I can actually do like... Yeah, we do have this. Scale's a little bit too big though. Wish I could make this smaller. We can actually go doot, like actually do stuff like that. I mean, I guess I could do this and then just edit it. Or I could put the barriers around. Like if I do that and edit it, just go. Grab them. Grab your edges and pull them back in there. And that way we can kind of avoid guests walking through it. At least a little bit. Kind of like that. I was thinking something else. I know we're getting new stamps. The circle stamp. That's what I was thinking of for some reason, is the circle stamp. Because now we have the circle stamp. We didn't have that before this last update. The delete tool has been there for a while. I know that. But now I was thinking of the circle stamp. That's what was new. I was like, I knew there was some sort of new stamp of some sort. The delete stamp's always been in there, but I was thinking about that. I knew something was new. Something was new. Alright, let's see the back side of this. Okay, put one more of these. And it's like big stone pieces. Before it goes back into the rock structure over here. Which we can easily just use these guys. Go back over here, and then it's literally kind of like this. Then it goes into the rocks. Yeah, we kind of want to basically establish the shape of this, like this huge area with the planters and rocks and all stuff, and then we'll put everything in the middle afterwards when we're done. We'll push the terrain down. Try and get the there is water in there, so see if we can't get actual water in there, like in-game water. See what we can pull off, if it will allow us. Yeah, then we have like the little time thing there. This only goes to that point in this video. So we only get so much going into that. Now there is some planters kind of going into there. We have the water, then the bridge, and a little bit more, and then another bridge over here. That'll be lovely when it's there. Alright, now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna make that. We should start on the other side. So over here, you can fill this in with the planters, or basically it's mulch, but best piece right now we have is just the little planter piece. It's close enough. Also resize this to whatever we need. Gotta get the fun stuff out of the way first here. Say no to fighting textures. There's kind of like another wall here, higher wall here that kind of comes across. Like this. Sure. We need some barrels here. Bigger. Need to make that shorter. Yeah, that's not. Well, actually, I mean, I don't have to make it shorter, just gotta do some things here. put bushes in there. Fix that fighting texture somehow. Stop fighting. We just can't textures just get along. I always think they have to be in the spotlight. Got to be blurry. Don't be blurry. I need to see what this looks like so I can get an idea what I'm supposed to do. That is closed up, so... how are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? Could... something like this. Power of the scaling tool. I guess I can have smaller pieces too I can use. For this on this side as well. Yeah, that's fine. Beautiful enough for me. Now we just throw some bushes right here. And so bad. Come on, quality. I need to see. Alright. Nice. Oh, what time is it? And I shouldn't be streaming too late. What time? I have not been paying attention to time all day. It's 10 p.m. Gosh dang. Doggone it. I still got stuff I need to do before I go to bed. I just wanted to at least work on something. At least do something, you know, today. Trying to work on this more often. Trying to. I think this is looking good though. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. I gotta remember, if I just keep working on this. I just gotta keep working on it consistently. It will get there. Just, I can't take months off like I've done in the past. I've done that before. Can't do it. Interesting. Oh boy. Oh dear goodness, for goodness sake. Alright. Sorry. Just checking my phone for something. I still need to exercise tonight. I've been doing that, by the way. I've been exercising and staying in shape, you know. Trying to find time for everything, like trying to stream and still trying to stay exercising. It's just been... I've been crazy. It's been hard to keep up with my schedule right now, and... Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, even though it's pretty short and sweet tonight, but I'm trying to do at least a little bit, as much as I can, even if it's an hour, I don't care. You know, I just want to keep working on these, and obviously we need to work on Windland Adventure Resort. That's something I need to get back into. It's been way too long since I've worked on it. Especially since we're almost done with the water park, we're almost to the fun stuff, you know? But alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys have a great day and cool tomorrow. I'll see you guys next time. So I will see you guys later. Thanks. Goodbye.